Hey Zeke, get him on. Tell him we live again. This is serious business right here. This is serious business. This ain't no joke right here. So this is mirror work with Young L. I'm about to break some of the stuff down on how the mirror work. We ain't gonna tell you how to get in now. We ain't gonna be doing no telling you how to get in, because if I give you the keys to how to get in, then I become responsible for you. And nah, we ain't going out like that. You ain't gonna be on my hand if you get trapped messing around in that mirror. Now, it seems like to me they ain't gonna flag that one. Hey, peace, family. We don't know, man. What's up with these guys, man? It's all good though. We
Non-stop, bro. Non-stop action trying to take care of babies. This is high power alchemy. Get them in the building, man. I'm about to get that thumbnail pulled up. We about to talk about the mirror. Now, before I did this show, I got approval from Tahodi in the mind mill. But he said you can tell them about the mirror, but don't tell them how to get in, because they had to learn that on their own time. But so I tell you how the mirror work. I explain it to you, because Ningazita designed the mirror. You know, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? So we got this. We're doing this class by popular demand because we got a lot of requests. Hey man, Young L, could you go in on the mirror a little bit more? So we're gonna go in on the mirror, man. Get them in here. You don't want to miss this one. This is about to be good. Like they send nobody notifications yet. We got 11 people so far. We'll give them a couple more minutes. Well, we didn't give them a couple more minutes. We give them a couple more seconds. Like we give them like 60 seconds or something like that. Let's see if they still messing on my screen. Hold on. Let's see if I can show my. Okay. So they gonna freeze my screen. Oh yeah, they still. Yeah, that's why we finna get off Zoom. Don't worry about it. I got the new program already. Screaming your. Cause Zoom that day, the last time me and Rod Hayes did a tape, right before we did the tape, they did something to my computer and uploaded some and upgraded Zoom, and then all of a sudden now my screen don't work no more. Or the camera is always green screen, unless I go straight live on my YouTube. So it's Zoom. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to do this Zoom? You know, we're going over the StreamYard anyway, because like my wife Ben told me to do. So just wanted to make that update. They messing with the camera, man. All right, yeah. So we here to break down the mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? And the way we're gonna break it down for you. Don't know too many people come out and talk about this. No, not the high power alchemists. Not too many high power alchemists will come out and tell you what's going on with the mirror, because they really, if they teach you how to do the mirror, they're responsible for you. Right? Get them in here. 23 people. It's time to take off. Now, in order to understand what the mirror is, the 0 point. The mirror is a door. Now, we broke down on the Anarchy Chronicle tapes about the 0 point. But let me break it down a little bit more for you. And then we're going to show you how the alternate realities are created. Keep in mind, when you're looking into a mirror, you're seeing the alternate reality. The alternate reality is when you lift your left, the person in the mirror lifts this right. When you lift your right, they lift their left. That's an alternate reality, okay? I ain't gonna teach you how to, like I said, I ain't gonna teach you how to get into the mirror, because then I'll be responsible for you. But I'll teach you the science of the mirror, as Tahuti said that I could teach. And most of the stuff you already know. It's just you ain't never probably thought of it like this. All right. So when Ningazita Tahuti created the mirror, it was to create a doorway to get on this side of the mirror, the positive side. We on the negative side. All right, so if you see this graph I got right here, right? Coming from the dot, we already discussed the Big Bang. The dot would be right here in the middle, right? Now, as that dot began to expand, it started to create different realities. Each of these are different reality point. Each of these are different realities. It's actually 48 alternate realities. It's 12, 12, 12, 12. And then it can go into more numbers than that. It's really it can go into infinity numbers, 144,000 realities. But we just gonna deal with the 48 realities, 12, 12, 12, 12. Right? So you can go from 0, from -1, -2, all the way to negative, well, not -12, I mean not -12, I'm thinking about 9, the number 9. Because 12 is really a combination of 1 and 2. 12 is not really a number, it's a combination. So you go to a -9. So it'd be 0, 1, -1 on this side of the mirror. On this side of the mirror is the negative side. How do you know we on the negative side? Because the person in the mirror, when you raise your left, the person is raising the right. Plus, when they take pictures of you, it's a reason there's more higher science on why they keep the negative frame, and they can make more copies from the negative. And it's a reason why when you start the element chart on this side of the mirror with hydrogen being 1, right? And then as you begin to go up on the negative side, which is getting heavier in vibration and more condensed instead of dense, right? So as you begin to slow the vibration down from the gas, it cools off and it becomes more liquid. Then as it cools off some more, going to more of a negative degrees, it becomes more solid, right? Okay, so we're looking at this. So the negatives, as you go on the element chart from hydrogen and going to negative, you get harder and harder in the metals, all the way up into silver, gold. The metals start to get harder and harder as you go down the element chart on the left. Now, if you go to the positive side, the elements will begin to get lighter. There are lighter elements on this side that's lighter than hydrogen. And those elements make up hydrogen, like quartz and zillates and biaps and ions, right? Ions, all these are elements that exist, sound, frequencies, all this exists on this side of the mirror. Now, we on this side, and now keep in mind there are 2 U's, which is why they came out with the letter W, right? So a lot of people didn't have the school of Mark Brady, so they don't know a lot of this, but we're gonna bring it to you. That's why we took all those schools to where we can have it all in one big package for you. The mid-information. So you missed that mid-information school, so you probably didn't get this information, right? But we're gonna break it down for you so you can see it. All right. So what happens is, as you go on this side, you get lighter, right? So you got what you call a W. When you're standing on this side, looking into the mirror, you're seeing light, your higher self. When you look into the mirror, You see your higher self on this side in the alternate reality. But the higher self, it feels the same way you feel. It's looking at itself back at you on this lower side. See, at first we was on this side, and then we decided to go to this side or split. See, really, you on both sides at the same time. All this is happening at simultaneously. You on both sides of the mirror at the same time. You have the higher you, which knows exactly what it's here to do. Then you have the lower you, which is here to get in the higher you's way, right? Right? So you got the lower you on the negative side, you got the higher you on the positive side. And you can see this, the proof of this when you look in the mirror and you staring long enough saying that the real you is on the inside. On the inside of what? Right? On the inside of what? Then becomes the question. Watch now. Watch now. Watch this. So there's two U's, a double U, right? Hold on, Haru. Close my door. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, okay. We don't need no distractions because this is high power alchemy we're about to show you here. Now, let's keep him. Okay, let me show you this too. Okay, you got a negative and a positive side of you. Let me show you. Let me show you this so before we go into too much of that, the grid. All right, so it's a W that exists in all simultaneously here. It's existing in here and there. And here it is there when you take the T off, right? But the T is the connector. All right, so you got this is the negative side, and then you got the positive side, right? Of you with this magnetic arc egg that surrounds you, right? You got a left side and a positive side. So this represents the higher you on this side and the lower you. So you existed in both sides simultaneously. The mirror is just the proof that this exists, that it is two U's. That's why the other one is right. When you raise your left, the other one raises his right in the mirror. When you raise your left, the other one raises his right. So vice versa, right? Now, I'm gonna get into why people go into the mirror, which is usually their intentions is always well, not everybody they go into the mirror intentions is bad, because some people just go in to look to see what's going on so they can see things. And some people going in to try to transfer the wealth. Because if you poor on this side, then you rich on that side. Everything is the opposite. If you broke on this side, then you got money on that side. If you live in poverty or whatever, whatever's bad on this side is good on that side. And whatever's good on that side is bad on this side. And vice versa. It's called an alternate reality. Right? So some people, we're going to get into that part why people go into the mirror to try to steal the bad from this side and bring it back to this side, but they messed up the equation. Only person that I ever seen do it was Tahuti. They were able to bring something good without the exchange, because he altered the equation. But you got to be a high powered alchemist to do that, right? A lot of that stuff, if you ain't got the wizard blood, because some of y'all are wizards. They've been good wizards. They have been rocked to sleep. Now, in the Bible, they call y'all priests and prophets, right? So for the people that's religious and call them, and he a demon, they all into the religious thing. They call these people prophets in the Bible, right? Priests. But I call them wizards. They wizards. You got a bloodline of wizards. So a lot of people that ain't wizards, they ain't gonna be able to do this type of level of alchemy, right? Unless they come directly from the certain bloodlines of the priests. The Levites, it's what y'all like to call them, the Israelites, right? The Levite priests who had the 12 stones. You think they weren't doing no magic? what you say it was magic, but it's really science. But they call it magic if they didn't like you, and they call it miracles, right? If they liked you and they wanted you to teach them how to do it, and how to do their miracles, right? So you exist on both sides, the negative and the positive side of the 0 point. And then the 0 point is right here in the middle. You see? The 0 point is right here in the middle. And this 0 point becomes your time reference. This creates the 0 point time reference. Each and every one of you have a different 0 point time reference, although all you come from the same point. Everybody, all of y'all, everybody, everything comes from that one point, the 0 point. But everybody has a 0 point time reference, and usually it's the time that you incarnate into the Earth magnetic force field, right? Okay, so this would be the positive side of the mirror, and then this would be the negative, right? So you see the mirror is, it enables you to go to this side or that side. It's like a door, the 0 point. We call it in alchemy, our high power alchemists know, we call the mirror the back door. Now, like I say, we ain't gonna tell you how to get into the mirror. Let's go back to this so I can put, and I want to put this side by side so you can see this. Yeah, buddy. Okay, we're gonna put these side by side so you can see this. I want you to see the realities, how the alternate realities are created, or how the different realities. Where is that picture? All right, so you see when Neo got to the architect, he walked into a room that had different screens displayed. And the architect explained to him that these are different realities, right? Now, from the 0 point, right? When the 0 point begins to expand, you create these different realities. So if I was to go to the left, I would go to the -1. They taught you this in grade school, should have. And if I was to go up, I go, that's positive, is going up, right? So if I go to the left one, up one, that'll be -1, +1. And that is a reality. Then if I go up again, it'll be -1, +2. That's another reality. Because as the dot exploded and began to expand, it created all these different realities. And this created a time. This grid is to create the time frame. It's to bring about time, to create a chain reaction. Go back and watch that part where the dude talked to Nero. He explains everything I'm telling you right now about the chain reaction, about the sequence of creating the different realities based on the dot expanding. Yeah, we're about to get to it, man. We get it business. We get it business. But we ain't gonna, like I say, we ain't gonna teach you how to get up in that joint. We're just gonna show you what it's about. So now you got these all these are different realities, right? And each level becomes a dimension. So there are 9 dimensions this way, 9 dimensions that way. And it can be 9 dimensions this way, 9 dimensions that way. All right. So now what this do for you is now you understand that when you're dealing with units of measurements, you have 2 different sides. On the lower side, you got what they call micros, micro decimals, micro this, right? These are so it's frequencies that live on these levels that where you live at, you live on the 0 point, and they really they took us to the 0 point, then they moved us to the left, right? So we like right up in here, right? To the left on 3. We really at -1, 3, right? Right here, this is where we'll be, right? So you got microorganisms that live on a lower frequency after the explosion, and they live on dimensions where you can't see them without a microscope. And they are microorganisms, microdecimals, the smaller measurements, right? Because you got gigabytes. So as you go up here, you go up this way, you go to gigabytes, megabytes, terahertz, yottabytes. When you get to 9, you get to yottabytes, right? So as you go up on the other side, you got a mega, you got the mega, and then you got the micro. So the micro will be on this side, and the mega will be on this side, right? And the split goes down the middle to create the two sides of the mirror. But the mirror is a door to cross to these different realities. So we're trying to get you to see, right? Now, so when Neo, now you understand why with so many things on the screen, realities on the screen. Hold up, go back. What just happened? Okay, hold up. Now you understand why it was so many realities on the screen when he walked into, because that from the dot, it creates these different realities. From the explosion, from the expansion, should I say. Some people don't like the bang. They say, oh, you know. Some people's mind ain't gonna be able to get on this level of thinking. Okay. All right, so when he walked in that room, this was a door. This is like a mirror. This is like a mirror right here. So Neo was able to walk through the mirror, or walk through these doors, and he ended up going to the dude that supposedly created or architect the Matrix. And he had all these realities on the screen. This is the same thing right here. These different squares. If I were to take these individual screens and put them right here, this is what you're looking at. Right? We already broke this down kind of on a Big Bang tape. Right? We ain't sweating. The people that they do, how they doing us, man. You know, it's called that. We ain't tripping on that, man. Maybe it's a good tool. Hootie told me it's a good thing because it'll bring more attention to me, and then they might end up coming on out to me, but I'm protected. So yeah, I'm glad. As I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? That it's going like it's going, you know. They don't know who I am, but they'll find out when it's after I'm off the scene, baby. And I'm chilling, hiding out. They'll find out. All right, so here we go. All right, so when you go through the mirror, now it don't look like this all the time. It can look more creepier looking than this. But this if you depends on what type of mindset you got when you're going in the mirror. Depends on what it looked like. But most times, if you're a high power alchemist, you got it set up like this. Right? When you go into the mirror. Now, once you get past this, like this doorway right here, usually when you come through this door, it's gonna be a being there. A being, just like they showed you that Chinese dude was in the Matrix waiting to take Neo to the article. And he had to fight this dude before he got the rights to go through the door. He had to fight this dude, right? So it's the same thing in the mirror. You got these mirror demons. You Bible people refer to them as cherubins. It's kind of like the same thing that Enlil and them put on the gate, on the guard to the dimensions. Like old boy said in the Daru tape, we said he put these bad cherubins that had the power to kill. They had swords to protect a certain dimension, so they couldn't get through that dimension, right? Well, that's really true. It really is beings, which could be hologramic. Really, they are hologramic, mental, because it's all in the mind. It's all mental. It's all mental when you in the going through the mirror. Now, these beings, they got different types of tactics. And it's beings that's trapped in the mirror. Keep in mind, it's a movie out with the same dude, Neo, the dude that played Neo. He played in this movie too. It's called Constantine. Hold up, let me show you. Do I got that picture where you trap that demon in the mirror on Constantine on here? Oh, let's see. But on if y'all ever seen the movie Constantine, they show you in the movie Constantine. This is that we just talked about this. This that train crash. Excuse me. All right, so Neo also played in this movie called Constantine. We was going around fighting against these beings who came from the mirror world, or from hell, what they call, really, you can get the doorway to hell, the back door, you can get to hell, or what they call in hell, through the mirrors. And really, hell to them is a place that's a mental place. It's a mental place that was created like a lower dimension. It's called limbo. But the mind creates the place once it goes to the fourth dimension. And you can get trapped in this dimension. So it's beings that we fought and we trapped them in this dimension, the fourth dimension. And so some of them guard that door to get into this dimension. And if you ain't a high-powered alchemist, you can end up in this place going through that mirror and don't know what you're doing. Or you got bad intentions, or you got fear on you. They call them mirror demons. The mirror demons. Right? You can see what they look. And you can see these demons. If you want to see some demons, all you got to do, because they don't like to look in the mirror. These demons, they be on these people. They don't like to look in the mirror. Because the mirror exposes what they really are. Because it's a doorway. It show them the real highest, because you got to keep in mind, the demon is existing on this other side, the higher vibrational side, right at the first point, because they at this lower vibration, red frequency. They at the red frequency, these 300 and some terahertz, right? They burn red, and they on this side, they on the other side of the mirror. So when they transfer to this side of the mirror, if you pull a mirror on them, you can see what they really look like, because it'll show you their higher self, what they really look like when they come into this human body. You see what I'm saying? That's how you able to. That's why Constantine used the mirror to trap him back, trap the higher being, from the fourth dimension back into that realm. Then he took the mirror and broke it so he couldn't get back out, because it breaks the connection, the doorway. Right? So it's being in this mirror that's trapped in the realms, and they won't out. And if you go in there and if you go in there and start working with your higher self, and you got fear on your lower self, it'll cause an effect to your higher self, because y'all both want the same. It's all happens simultaneously. Like I was trying to explain just a minute ago when I was showing you the diagram of the negative and positive auras of the human. So you existed on both sides at the simultaneously. That's why when you raise your hand, I gotta say it again, when you raise your hand in the mirror, it goes up at the same exact time as you raise your hand up on this side. Both images is raising their hand at the same exact time. So this is simultaneously combustion, simultaneous combustion. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, they also break it down, brother West Dakota, on the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, I think that's his name. The guy that show you how about the dreaming, right? He tell you about this place called Limbo where you can get trapped. Well, that's the place where these beings got trapped for playing around, thinking they can deal with us. And so they guard that dimension and they won't out. So by you using your they can replace they can replace your higher self and trap your higher self in the mirror, and then take on to your body, take your body from the mirror dimension and use it from the mirror. So they can, so I know a person that I used to date that there was a high power witch. She was a high power witch. And she knew how to do the mirror work. And she was using the mirror to go and exchange things from the higher dimension. Say whatever she had that was good on that side, she was trying to bring it back to this side and then take the bad to that side. But she did that so much, and the fear that she still had on her because they scared her because once she started going through the mirror, they started studying her. These demons, they'll study you. They'll let you come in a couple times and they'll just watch you and study you, and they'll find out what you scared of. What's your fears? Are you scared of spiders? Are you scared of worms? Are you scared of maggots? Are you scared of dead bodies? What you scared of? Are you scared of losing one of your loved ones? So when if they find what you scared of, when you get in there, they'll try to scare you. And once they get that fear, once they can get your fear factor to a certain level, they can trap you in the mirror and they can take your body. And now they be a demon and be walking around the body. That's why a woman that look in the mirror a lot is suspect. Anybody that look in the mirror a lot is suspect, man. Staring in the mirror all day long. You got to keep in mind what this mirror is all about. You suspect because you probably could got snatched. Stand up in that joint for so long, you get snatched. Now, and that's just because you don't know what it is. You don't know what the thing is. Now, another thing. Yeah, she went up into the mirror and was swapping the alternate, because like I said, it's an alternate reality. So whatever's happening on this side, the opposite is happening on that side. And so if you go, some of the good things that's happening, if you're a high power alchemist, you can convert those over to this side. They call them making your dreams come true. You can make your dreams come true from the fourth dimension. And keep in mind, the mirror realm is the fourth dimension. Okay, hold up. Let me show you this. Here's one of the alchemist mirror they were using in ancient Kemet. It's really the same as a Stargate. The mirror is really the same as a Stargate. It's really a Stargate, right? A different type of technology, Stargate, for the alternate realities. Hold on, let me show you this. All right, so yeah, it can look like this. This is what it is. It's really because it's really all mental, and it's really light codes and computer codes, binary codes. But it's really governed by the number 3. This system is governed by the number 3. Now, once you get in there, boom, your brain creates the doors. Your mind, the doors are created in your mind once you're in the mirror. Your mind creates the reality in the mirror. But usually you got to create these doors, and then from these doors you can go in and walk. You can walk in this door right here and it'd be like walking into a movie theater. You'll be a big old screen, and there'll be a whole bunch of chairs just like a movie theater. You can walk up in that door, sit down, and then you can look into different people's houses or different places they got mirrors. Anywhere that's a mirror, you can watch anywhere in the world, anywhere that's a mirror. Anybody's house, in their bathroom, anywhere that's a mirror, you can sit right in there and watch it just like a 3D movie. Up in that in this first though. If you're a high-powered alchemist. A lot of people don't even know what I'm talking about. But there's a couple guys out here. Some people probably scared, man. I hope you don't say too much, man, because this stuff, man, they know the rules to this. It's rules to this. It's serious rules to this. So that's why, like I told you, I ain't gonna tell you how to open the mirror up, but I just tell you a little bit about it and how it works. I'm at least allowed to say that, right? So so if you want to catch somebody cheating, which is some alchemists used it for that. They walk through this door because most motels, the rooms, and all the places they be cheating got mirrors. So a high-powered alchemist will walk through the mirror, go in there and sit down and watch you right through the mirror and know everything you got going on right through the mirror. They can watch right to the White House got mirrors. Everywhere got mirrors, and they don't know, all the alchemists know that those mirrors are doors. But my girl, man, she my baby, man, Jenna, man, she went to the mirror, got lost in the mirror, man, trying to get a body, trying to bring her body from that side back to this side. Trying to get a body and trying to get some money, greed. Because if you fat on this side, if you fat on this side, you're skinny on that side. And she wasn't fat that, like she was like chubby looking, but she was real cute. She's real chubby. And well, she wasn't real chubby. She was like just big boned. And she was fine, but she wanted to be like supermodel, 100 pounds, 120 pounds, soaking wet type size. And so she started using the mirror to try to swap the bodies and got in the mirror. And a demon came and stole her body. And I wasn't at the time, I wasn't strong enough. I knew a lot about the mirrors, but I wasn't strong enough to go to the mirror by myself to try to get her back, bring her back to her body. You got to be a high-powered alchemist to do that. And I probably would have had to fight that demon tooth and nails. He would have probably set up so many mates. Like, say if I would have came in there looking for her to get her, right? He would have tried to alter the reality until where it's like a maze, where it would take me almost years to navigate. But him probably knowing that I'm a high-powered alchemist, he would probably bring in other beings to assist him to fight against me. And so, because when he go in there and try to set up his maze, I say, no, I don't like your maze. Get out of my way. And his maze disappear. So he needs somebody, he'll need a high power wizard from their side to try to battle me, because I'm one of the apprentices of Tahuti. You know what I'm saying? So he'll probably try to jump me if I came in there. But I didn't try to go in there and get it back. Well, I thought about it real hard, but I can't. But when I thought about doing it, that's when Tahuti came to me and told me she gone. She gone. Don't try to do it, because I don't want you to get trapped in there. And this way before I came out and started teaching. He said she gone, man, and I cried, and I was like, man, like, what is this? What is this type of stuff? This type of level of stuff. And so, yeah, Tahuti taught me about it. The mirror, more about it and how it worked. So don't try this at home. Don't go jacking around, putting no 3 count. Well, I ain't gonna tell you that. Don't go just jacking around with no mirror if you don't know what's going on, man. You see? Because you can come over here and you scared of worms, or you scared of some crows or something. They'll put them out, they'll create their reality for you. Once they get your fear factor to a certain level, they can trap you here and then steal your body. So I think that probably pretty much broke down what all I was gonna say on it. I don't think I'm gonna say too much more on it. If you got any questions, let me see if you got any questions in the chat. I can answer some of the questions. Kansu, student of, yeah, Kansu it's a whole school of us. It's a whole class. Of the School of the Birds. Kansu is in the same class as me, which is why he got the same headdress. Everybody that got the Haru headdress is in the same class. Right? So Kansu is pretty close. We pretty Kansu just a little bit older than us. But we was in the same class. He like the oldest in our class, like one of the oldest in our class. The young Anunnaki generation, or the young Nathar generation that came back later as the Atlanteans. Right? Kansu's mother name is Mud. She's a daughter of Murdoch, or Ra. Murdoch's daughter. One of Murdoch's daughter named Mud. And she started her own clan that went against her father, because her father was what we considered as disagreeable. So they started this new clan called the Kintokra, which means those who went against Ra. Because Ra was all about taking hosts, stealing hosts because making warriors. He made his own warrior clan. Murdoch made his own warrior clan called the Jafar people. The Jafar. Go watch the Stargate movie again. We're gonna break it out. We're gonna we put it together again for you there. Murdoch makes his own super race of fighters called the Jafar people, which he takes genetics from the Afar people over in Ethiopia area and Egypt area. Murdoch, Ra. We're gonna break it down for you later though. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother thing. We're gonna break that down coming up on parts. Well, that ain't gonna be the Anarchy. We got like 2 more Anarchy classes to drop. That'll be the 12th one, and that pretty much sum up the last part of that particular part of the story. And then we'll go into the Natharu part where Murdoch take over and become Amen. He become Ra. They become Amen Ra. They become Atun Ra. They become Amun Ra. Amun Ra. Right? We're gonna break that part down too. Yeah, Islam, man. But I'm trying to see what else I can tell you without telling you what I'm not allowed to tell you. Now, some people say, man, you should be able to tell us, and then you think you say that, nigga. But once you learn what I know about it and learn the rules, what this really, but high power alchemists know what I'm talking about. They know I only can say so much on this, on what's going on with these mirrors. Because you can become a lost soul messing with this. You can get trapped and get possessed by a demon. And a demon will come back and people, because I'm going to tell you what happened. When the demon got on her, she didn't remember who I was. She barely knew me. She only knew me a little bit. She didn't know all the things that the original spirit knew about me. She only knew a little, like she knew about me just from seeing me in the mirror and just knew little things about me, my name, this and that. But she didn't really remember me. And then she tried to fight me and kill me one day. And then I said, man, maybe she just went crazy. You know, I thought she had just went crazy at first. But then when I found out about to get trapped in the mirror, I figured that then that's when we broke up. Boom. I got away from her because she went real crazy. And then kind of find out later, man, she died. She died. A demon must have just something happened. Or she had a baby. She had a baby. She had a baby right after that. So that man, I get to some creepy. She had a baby. She died while having a baby by some other dude. Died while having a baby by some other dude. Like just maybe 9 or 10 months after we broke up. Yeah, so it's crazy, man. That I wonder if that baby, you know what I'm saying? That baby, what's that baby? That demon got on that baby? Or what to get into this world? Because it's real strange how he's now in a place where he being taken care of by a millionaire. By a multi-millionaire. He's being taken, the baby is being taken care of by a multi-millionaire. Right? So it's a lot of strange things going on, man, with this joint. So it say mirrors are not bad. You must have strange heart to create all negative energy. Yeah, hey, man, I ain't saying mirrors are bad. I'm just saying if you don't know what you're doing, it can be bad. You go doing that, it's only 2 or 3 people that I know that can work the mirrors. That's Rod. Rod can work the mirrors. Rod is a high power. He know how to work the mirrors. Mark Brady know how to work the mirrors. Who else? Baba knew how to work the mirrors. That's only 3 people that I know really that know how to work the mirrors real heavy. Baba, Mark Brady, and Rod. That's only 3 people I ever seen, and one of them beings is Tahuti. We ain't gonna crack your head. I'm telling you, man. That's the only reason that's the only way you can explain it. But yeah, man, we just wanted to bring that to you. We didn't want to spook you out or nothing, get you. Some people said mirror bad. We didn't want to scare you up or nothing about. We ain't here to scare you and spook you out. We just here to tell you about the mirrors because people wanted to know what how does this work? How does this reality? How does it create these different realities? How do you access these different dimensions? Like I said, if you want to go figure out how to get in now, you got to learn that on your own time. So you got to go do it on your own free will. You at your own free will when you go up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? You got to be sure you're at your own free will. He said he worked the you say PA Black 9, PA 9 Black say he worked the mirrors. So you must be a high-powered alchemist, brother. You know what I'm saying? You must be a high-powered alchemist. The only thing I use the mirrors for is defense. I don't use it to go in. I don't go in them. I just use them for defense. The defense, the Tahuti showed me. Where what it is somebody trying to send a spell on you or high power, some kind of energy towards you. You can have your mirrors set up a certain way in your house, and it'll repel a block and send this energy right back to the people that are trying to send it to you. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So if anybody trying to talk down on a young elder, say, oh, I ain't gonna want to bring him on my show because he don't do this, he don't got this or that. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about what you say, what you think. I don't care less what you think. Right? So that's just it. You know? We gonna come up no matter what. We gonna shine no matter what. Right? So man, don't try this at home. Stay out the mirrors, man. You know what I'm saying? Islam, Hotep, peace. Divine love throughout the boundless universe to all. Wadu.